All right. Welcome, guys, for checking out my live stream. So I'm going to be continuing on with animating out my short film. I was meant to get it done by now, but yeah, last week was a bit hectic, so not going to happen. So yeah, it's going to continue on from there. So let's open up a scene that I've been working on earlier, and it's a scene that I've been working on for a few weeks now. But I think it's worth going through it anyway. And again, for those who are here, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. Um, and of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask away. Yeah, thank you for the comment. um, so yeah, let's get started on some black curtain. All right, gonna jump into a scene, and I've been working on this scene for shit, so much time. I think it's this one. So I'm going to continue on with this one. I'm actually going to block out some extra shots. You made it to class. Welcome. Appreciate the attendance, I guess you could say. Um, so this scene's actually going to end up a lot longer than I anticipated. It's going to be quite a bit more animation going on here. Temporarily, I am going to turn off one of these modifiers so it plays back in real time because I had it set to splined. Oh, not splined. Stepped animation. Oh, that's loud. And thank you for the subscription, Julia Ramos. Thank you very much. So yeah, with this one here, I was planning on. Ooh, we're at that point where something happens here, and I need to bring in a certain creature. Um, Hello, welcome. So I might actually do that first. Quite a lot going on in this scene already with the amount of collections, but I think it's actually worthwhile bringing this creature in now, to be honest. And we may do some animation with that to begin with. Let's bring in the wolf. I'm going to bring in the wolf. Welcome. Oh, really? Cool. Oh, right. The show came out on Netflix recently, like yesterday, right? I really want to check that out. I'm not a League fan by any means, but the animation looks mad. Um, let's go ahead and add the wolf. Now, the wolf is a little bit complicated because it's not actually something that I can just reference in or link in with the proxy. So I actually have to copy it into the scene. So I'm actually going to open up another file and open up the original wolf rig. So going to hey, how's it going? Welcome. Thank you for the super chat, Kelly Johnson. Appreciate it. And yeah, going well. I for those who were watching the stream before Halloween, I was doing a Halloween image. I did finish it. I'm actually going to publish the final, I guess you can say, conclusion to that in the next couple of days. I know it's late, but I think it's worthwhile showing anyway as a time lapse, just going from start to finish, because that last bit really only took about an hour. So it was interesting to see that. So I'm going to add the wolf in here. So thank you again. Sorry, I'm getting a delay between my stream, my alerts, and seeing the comments. So if you're wondering why I'm saying two things at once, oh wait, maybe one day, or I just ignore the giant billionaire companies and decide to just go solo. We'll see what happens. Uh, okay, cool. So we have the rig here. So the rig is this wolf, and this is all just done with standard Rigify rig. I actually built a better rig myself for a job I did a few months ago, but for the purposes of this, I'm not going to go ahead and use it. Where are we? So yeah, there we go. All right, so what I need to do is actually besides the lights, I'm going to remove those lights. Let's just hide those away. Move those out to a new one. Lights. I was wondering if it's possible to emulate the style of Marvel What Ifs. Oh yeah, for sure. Easy peasy. Just need a decent toon shader and a decent model, and you should be good to go. I've done it before. What if the actual shading? I'm probably underestimating the work that goes into it, but compared to other toon shaders, it seems fairly straightforward compared to like a shader used in Spider-Verse, for instance, which is infinitely more complicated. All right, so I'm going to copy this entire rig here from here to this file here. I'm going to paste it straight into the wolf here. Hopefully it keeps everything in place. I can't remember now, but I have to make sure that it stays clean. Oh, it's a lot of widgets. Make sure that put that into its own thing. Now, the reason why I'm copying this in is because of the way that the tail's been constructed. So, yeah, it makes sense to add to. So, shine still cut. Let's just add this to a new widget thing for the wolf, and just chuck those in there. Hide those away. Don't want to see them. Let's put them in there. Cool. And the wolf, depending on the on the shot, grows and shrinks. So it's actually too big for most things. You won't believe it. I often see my alarm at light. Oh, really? Appreciate the yeah, times were not right and I couldn't see the stream. Yeah, I set it to 8 a.m. on Twitch, but I don't know why. Sometimes it screws up. So yeah, I need to make the wolf about that big. I'm gonna have it sit around here. Ah, shit. Oh yeah, I know what the issue is here. There is an issue with the rig where if I scale it, and this is a Rigify problem, where if you scale the global node, the neck fucks up. So you need to scale it by a different means. So I'm just going to make sure that's all cleared out. Going to add a null. I don't know why there's a bug in it. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. So that empty will be the global control for that object. There we go. And now if I scale that null, it works all right. Yeah. I think you could probably do it relatively well with my toon shader that you can download from Gumtree. It's free. Download it and give it a go. I've got a tutorial. No, it's no tutorial for the wolf rig. The wolf rig is basically just a standard Rigify template. Yeah, doesn't really require any tutorial. Just follow the Rigify prompts and then you're good to go. All right, cool. All right, sweet. So that's basically what I want to do there. I'm not a fan, a massive fan of AutoRig Pro myself, but for basic stuff, it works well. Yeah, it's just on my Gumtree. So just go to gumtree.com/Dicko and you should be able to find it. It's one of the most recent uploads. Does it work with human generator as well? You're talking about the wolf rig or you're talking about the shader? You can apply a shader to any model you want. The cat, no, this is dog, the dog rig. So again, thank you for the super chat, Kelly Johnson. By the way, I didn't see the prompt. The shader would work with anything you apply it to, as long as you've got the right textures and stuff. It should be fine. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, and let's see if I can make this work. All right. I should probably have a bloody template for this, but I don't, or a reference for the walk. But I'm gonna wing it for now, and I'm just gonna keyframe the location of the global node for now. and I just want the I know it's going to look weird just having it slide in and just have it peek through those bars. Heel versus Babyface. I've never heard of it. Is that like a channel? Sorry if I'm ignorant here, but I can't say I've checked it out. Let me see. Heel versus Babyface. No, I've never seen that channel before ever. I'll be honest. I find myself watching less and less of like movie commentary or review sites because I don't know why. It's they seem to irk me lately. They get pretty judgmental. I don't know. Yeah. No, I haven't seen it. Let's see. That will do. I think maybe a bit less. Maybe it slow down a little bit more. So, let's go ahead and go to the graph editor. I'm just going to fix up the location here. Right now it's linear for some reason, so I'm just going to switch that to. Yeah, I'm also very busy with my regular job as well. And usually when I work, I tend to put on other things lately. Let's go to, what am I doing? I can't believe I just forgot I forgot the key phrase. I forgot the shortcut. Bloody hell. I just want interpolation mode T, of course, T, Bezier, and I want that to be automatic, auto clamped. Why is that not working? Interpolation mode, Bezier, handle type, auto clamped. What is going on here? Why is it not working? I just want this to slow down. I want it to ease in. Easing. Let's go key, handle type, easing type, automatic easing. Handle type, auto clamped. Why is that not working? Fuck. Let's do that again. Whole thing. T, Bezier. There we go. What? So weird. All right. I want this one to be vector. So it goes in like that. And then we slow it down. And there we go. That will do. What good sites are for hiring voice actors? That's a good question. I actually don't know yet, honestly. It depends on the kind of voice actor you're looking for. Because voice actors have very strong, I guess you can say, Actors Guild or Voice Actors Guild in Australia. And depending if you go through the guild, it's going to be very expensive and they're going to be pretty good. And then we have independents who aren't really part of a guild, so they can charge cheaper. And then you also have stuff like voice acting for advertising versus acting, and they're very different kinds of things. Let's go with lights, camera, maybe. Sorry, I'm just trying to hide her face. Let's go with that. Just want to see what this looks like smoothed out. There we go. What do I also work with the Unreal Engine? Not much. No, not much at all. I would like to explore it more, but I haven't had much reason to do so yet because Eevee is so good. Eevee ruined that plan, basically. All right, so it may not seem like I've done much, but I've done just getting this up and running. So now, what I want to do, I might actually keep that off for now. I might turn that off temporarily. I'll keep that in mind for the motion, but I need to know that it works now. But actually, how am I going to do this? All right, so let's just get this working first before I do this. So what I want to do is I want to get the pose up and running with this dog. Let's go back to 150. And I just want to get his pause down. Let's just get this pose working there. 1, 2. Shit. I need a dog walk cycle reference. It's been a while since I've animated a dog. Yeah, that's it. That's also good for the boss lady is good for topology, and you can do a test rig on that as well if you want. All right, cool. Let's just get this up and running. This is where that animate. I have a book for this that's really useful. Animator survival guide, and I don't do that many like creatures in terms of animals like this very often. I tend to forget how to animate them. I want to get the head down low though. It's going. Oh, the legs are. I have to fix up the paws. Yeah, shit. So I want to treat it like it's like almost hunting. So thank you again for the super chat. The Watcher versus Ultron. Yeah, I watched the last episode. I didn't watch any of the episodes in between, and I thought it was okay. Overall, I wasn't sure what to feel about What If, in terms of I didn't know what was going on. It felt good in some parts, like the action was really cool, but the lip sync was really weird, in my opinion. Just really strange. But at the same time, it was actually, yeah, it had some cool ideas. All right, cool. Getting that up there like so. The cool thing about Rigify is that it lets you change out the bottom of the rig as well. So if I go to the Rigify setup, let's hide this away for now. You'll find that I tend to screw around a lot with the very start of these sort of things. I try to figure out what exactly I need to do. So it can be you can be seen as me just sticking around for a while and playing with the different kinds of settings. Sorry, I gotta find where the hell is my Rigify stuff. I might have to reload the rig setup. Bone layers, where are we? Rig UI. I find sometimes when it doesn't load properly, you got to go through and reload the script. So sometimes if the Rigify stuff doesn't load properly, you got to go through to the text editor and load up the Rig UI and play it. There we go. There, it's back now. Because I copied and pasted it in there, that's why it was screwing up. So the nice thing about Rigify is that you can actually change the pole from these little arrows to pole vectors, which is nice. So I like to use those more than the lines, than these ones here. So let's see, how do I do that now? I keep forgetting how to do it. Toggle pole, that's what I want. Turn those on, and now I can control the feet a little bit clearer. Yeah, I use it Mixamo. I've been using the Mixamo add-on constantly for the last few weeks, and it's a fucking lifesaver. It is so good for quick jobs. Absolute lifesaver. Welcome. Thank you for watching. But yeah, the Mixamo add-on is great. It's such a good tool, in my opinion. Sorry, I'm just typing in some reference for dog walking with head down, like as in like hunting. Just need to get the pose right. Man, I wish I had time to rebuild this rig, honestly, but I don't. All right, let's get that up and running. Going to get that first pose working. Now, I have an option of cheating the walk cycle, but I need the walk cycle to stop anyway, so I need to figure out exactly how to pose this out. Well, maybe it will inspire you. Uh, there are ways you can do it. I'm not great at doing retargeting to rigify. I would rather just use the mixer mode rig, honestly. And if I was retargeting motion capture, I wouldn't use Blender myself. I would just use Motionbuilder because I just find it more reliable, and it works really well. And I'm happy to use commercial software for that just to save my skin, honestly. So let's just get this up and running. Get this going like that. Let's get that foot down. And just working towards that walk cycle. So foot forward, foot down, foot down. This foot goes back. Sorry, I'm looking at my reference. Oops, what the hell's going on here? Yeah. I see what's going on. So I need to bring this forward like that. Motionbuilder is our Autodesk software. It's really useful for. It's actually designed all about motion capture and retargeting motion capture, and it works well with any software you could think of. It's just really good. So there we go. Just moving that out. I think that's kind of where I want to have the tail. Not tail, the body. Bring that tail down into a sort of semi. There you go, something like that. Yeah, for sure. And that's where you would try and find workarounds with Blender. And I would, there are ways to retarget animation. It's just really, it's a slow, cumbersome process when you're doing it in Blender, in my opinion. There's no real easy way outside of using a dedicated software to retarget, in my opinion, motion capture with, especially you have optical. Like, I'll put a caveat here. When it comes to different kinds of motion capture, so there's different sorts of motion capture to work with, and with optical motion capture, where you have optical points, absolute nightmare in Blender. If you have bone, like joint-based motion capture sorted out, it's not too bad. So that's for my, I guess you could say that's my caveat there. One. Yeah, that sculpt's pretty sick. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, by the way, I'm just working out the leg motion. And just going to just very briefly animate this crappy leg. It's looking pretty shit at the moment, but I'm just blocking out what I need to do. Yeah, totally. Let's have a look at my walk cycle reference. I just got a picture on the side here for that. I just wanted to like slowly walk. Let's see. Yeah, when you don't have, oh shit, I should just use the I should use my animation survival kit image for this, but let's see, 1, 2. This is the problem when you don't animate creatures very often. Like insects is actually quite easy, but when it comes to animals, it's quite tough. Actually, let's just animate the 2 back legs first, and then we'll animate the front legs after that. So when this is backwards, obviously this will come forward. So when this is forward, this is that way. And don't worry about the legs right now. We'll worry about the other. We'll worry about the lineup of these legs in a second. There we go. So treat the front and back legs as a regular walk cycle, and then do the front in the opposite, basically. So that's how I'm going to think about this walk cycle. And don't worry about the legs; they're just fucked because of the the retrograde legs. So we'll fix that as we go. I know, right? All right, so this one will come back. This one will come up a little bit like so. And then this will come back. There we go. There's our legs. So this is 150 to 172. I might just fix this up to be a bit more even. May as well make it a 10 frame walk cycle on both. 150 to 170, and then 170 to 190. That will keep it nice and clean. Yeah, just for the time being, keep it nice and consistent. Speaking of insect animation, I was wondering, for the flapping wings of a topter, what's a topter? Would you recommend shape keys or rigged wings? I would say anything that has wings should have, I would say, a rig. It depends on obviously how close up in detail. Right. Yeah, rigged for sure. Rigged. I would go with rigged. Now with the legs, you can see here we need to actually fix up his leg here, so that one's okay. And then when it comes down to here, we need to bring that down. So, and then back out. So now that should look a lot cleaner. Do the same thing with this leg here. It's a bit broken, so you want to bring that out like that. There we go. That's looking better. And that's a pretty decent, that's a blocking. That's not going to be the final leg. We're just going to slowly work out the acting for this thing. Thank you for joining 3D Things. Initiatives. I'm not sure what you mean by initiatives. What you show before the feats. I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, sorry. I'm not quite sure what you mean there. But yeah, in terms of, let's see. I saw something about Rococo. Where was that? Sorry, I missed a comment. Did I? I can't remember where it was. Blender or Maya. Whatever floats your boat, guy. Whatever you like. Whatever works for you. In my opinion. So for the next leg, so where the leg's on the ground. So when this leg is forward, there's always a bit of a delay in the dog's walk cycle as well. Anyway, let's just actually focus on the back legs to begin with, because this leg should go probably a bit further out. Let's just bring this forward at 175. We'll just bring that right back and bend that leg even further. And there's always going to be problems here because this rig isn't great. I'll tell you what. Just trying to figure out exactly how far I can take this. Because ultimately, eventually, you'd have to rotate the foot, something like that, if we want to. Cheers. Welcome. Thanks for watching it. Regardless, mate. Let's keep that nice and flat up until here. Ultimately, I probably won't even see this part of the leg, but I'll need the walk cycle eventually later anyway. And when we come up, wrong control. That straightens out again. That comes down. Again, not my favorite rig. Because it's just a real pain in the ass to work with. So yeah, just pushing through and just trying to figure out exactly what to do here. One of the problems again is just that the foot just will bend into the ground as well. Could probably bring that forward. Bring this one forward as well. Do you reckon they'll add a system like Blend in UE4, 5, and Blender 3X? Like blending animations? Oh, that looks like shit. Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out, it's early in the morning, I'm just trying to figure out exactly how to approach this walk cycle. You can blend animations in Blender already, man. Just using the action editor. It's not as simple as Unreal Engine, I would imagine, but it works. I think I'm overdoing this at the moment. Let's just simplify this and get rid of this animation for now. That's too much. One. So I'm overdoing it. I'm overthinking it already. Okay. Let's just get rid of some animation, take keyframes. Yeah, even I, like, when I'm doing this sort of stuff, I have to like tell myself to not overdo it, not overthink things. 1, 2. So the reason why the leg's popping is because of this part here. Ah, fuck. And playing with that, there we go. It's looking a little bit better now. So what we need to do is probably pull back this leg a bit further during the this part here. Bring this down. And this is where we can have the foot come out a little bit, like so. Yeah, that looks a bit better. And it's also down to the way I built the model as well. Just trying to figure out that leg. No, it's not. It's definitely not as intuitive. But that being said, I might extend this walk site, this part here to include a bit more frames. The thing about Blender's action editor is that it's very flexible when you understand how it works. That's the big thing. Ooh, that looks shit. You can see that? That looks like trash. Yeah, not the most successful morning when it comes to animation, that's for sure. One. And you can see it here in the graph editor, why it's the case. It's probably just bugging out a little bit. Let's see. That's looking all right, but let's have a look at the graph editor and see what's going on. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, totally. I'm looking at an image right now. I'm just blocking out the leg. Like once I do one leg, the rest kind of falls into place. And the other thing is that I needed to stop as well. Sprite Fight was mad. Sprite Fight, and again, thank you for the super chat. Um, Sprite Fight was awesome. I think it's the best one they've made so far on the out on the Blender Open Movies format. I think it was awesome. Actually, that's looking pretty good. I would love to see more animations take on a more adult tone, but without being it too adult. And I think that was a really good balance. That was that was the big thing for me. Is just how nice it was to see um, something like that be made. I see what's going on there. That's what's causing that. GZ0. There we go. That will work better. Good afternoon. Good morning, sorry. Lovely tutorials. Have you done one on male versus female topology since the proportions, shapes are different? Not specifically, but the topology is largely identical except for the breasts. Everything else is exactly the same. And you can tell by looking at my video on converting Sophie into Bossman, where I go from going from female to male with the same mesh. It's yeah, that's it. It's exactly the same. No, I like the fact that it was dark in a humorous way. I think that's been pretty good. The only thing next to do is the Y location is a little bit. I have to vectorize that one. That's looking pretty good. That leg's looking all right now as a blocking. And I'll probably just duplicate the keyframes across and then just offset them for the other leg. So I really want to get one leg done well, and then I can worry about the other leg later. So with this leg, obviously when it comes down to here, the hips have to move down as well. So the hips have to rotate a little bit down like so. So and they would rotate more here, I would say, and rotate that down a little bit. So just like a real walk cycle, the hips will come down during this moment. And then once it's up and doing a passover, the hips would come up at around here. Yeah, no worries. No, I thought that, yeah, but yeah, definitely one of my favorites was, yeah, my favorites in a long time when it comes to the Blender stuff. I really want to check out the files as well. So where was it? 200. Yeah, so I'm going to copy that hip animation as well at 200. Oops, copy that pose, 200. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Do you also use the shrink wrap? Yeah, I use it for all the time. I use shrink wrap for most of my time when I animate. Oh, not animate, retopo. 1, 2. So the thing about this is that I've probably fucked up the hips a little bit, in that I need to alternate the rotation here. So copy. Once I alternate the legs, I'll have to alternate the hips. So 1, 2. Yeah, that looks better. So I will alternate those hips eventually. So where I have the hip rotate there, from here to here, copy this pose here, copy this pose to here in the opposite. And then this one will come up a little bit more. You got to treat it like a walk cycle, basically. 1, 2. So now we're starting to get somewhere with this. So I'm starting with the hips and the back legs because I'm treating it like a human walk cycle. Yeah, I don't know how. I'm looking forward to rigging those myself. This will make it a lot easier to do these sort of things. So where the hips are coming up here, I might offset that a little bit. One. So where this one is hitting in the ground. Cool. Yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. It just allows you to do rigging much more efficiently than having to rely on the constraint stack and parenting and all sort of stuff. I wouldn't know. I don't know if it would be as useful for beginners, but definitely for experienced riggers, having actual nodes to control certain things like relationships between rotation will be a lifesaver. That's looking pretty good. And this can come up like so. And move that up like that. That's looking pretty good so far. There's a little bit of popping there, but I think we can live with that. Because they're not going to see it that much. So you can have a node for a local rotation and one for a global. It's more like a node that control, like a node input, a node output from, say, one joint that says rotate on Y, and then you put that into rotate X on another joint, and they'll kind of work in tandem. Not quite. I wouldn't say the topology is the same, but the principles are similar. So you want to rely on proper edge flow for certain things. All right, so I think this leg is looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to cheat this a little bit. So I'm going to save this first. Copy this. Copy anything that has the right. Let's see. I'm going to grab this as well. Actually, these three things are the ones that I need to care about. Copy those. I'm going to copy this pose over here. Copy this pose over there. I know what it may look a bit weird, but it all makes sense in a second. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And then these three. 1, 2, 3. Offset those in the opposite. So that should be where, I think that will be around here. Oops, other direction. There. So where this one starts, 150. We want to bring this to 150. Offset this by 170. Yeah, there we go. So when you are animating or moving your body parts. Ooh, that's going the wrong way. When you're animating body parts, basically certain elements of your body. Ah, what the hell? Why is it running backwards? Sorry, I just got to figure out something. That's better. Oh, sorry, just fucked up or something. When you're animating body parts, you got to think about where, it's like when you're moving an elbow, you have more skin on the back of your elbow than you do on the inside of your elbow. So when you're moving your arm out, you're stretching the skin on the outside of your arm, and you're compressing the skin on the inside of your arm. So you need to be aware of that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about: compression and elongation. That's what I mean by that. What the hell's going on there? That's why. There we go. Clean that up. That's so weird. Sorry, I'm just looking at my keyframes here. Let's just delete those keyframes. This doesn't like that, so I'm going to copy this keyframe of this here. Delete that. So would I multiply my -1 on the y-axis, flip the leg animation with the node? Technically, you could. What the hell's going on here? Sorry, I fucked up the animation. Let's just delete these keyframes and restart. Let's just delete all this shit. Copying everything again. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Sorry, copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. So what I'm trying to do here is grab all of these and offset that animation. So in general, more vertices in the parts that elongate to maintain their volume. Yes, that's correct. That's basically the idea behind what I was talking about in my my videos. As for the multiply by -1 and y-axis to flip animation, not quite. It's more to do with relationships within the rig itself. There we go. That's better. Fucking hell. So this is what I want. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Copy, paste. There we go. That's what I want. And then here with this leg going backwards, so when it slides back, this should be straight. This should be straight. There we go. That's looking better now. Yeah, that's cool. That was cool. So yeah, that's basically it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so yeah, it makes a big difference when you're weight painting and animating, for sure. That's looking cool. All right, sweet. There we go. Yeah, this is the thing about these live streams is that it's good for me to wake up to. It's a good wake up call, like warming up for the day. Like these are. So where I have the animation happening here, I might just stop it there. I might just start from nothing. So let's see. Let's grab these keyframes there, everything there, copy that. And when this leg starts moving at 150, that's where it will start. And I'll delete everything else because I don't want to have it there and it won't confuse me. There we go. That's looking better. No worries. I'm going to wrap up in a few minutes anyway, because 9 o'clock is creeping around the corner. So I have to prepare for the day, basically. So let's just delete that keyframe. You'll notice that there's an issue with the way that the leg is animating there, is that it settles too slow as well. So you need to make sure that when you're doing these walks, that the settle is fairly linear. Let's go with Z at the moment. Vector, delete those. And then we have a nice clean. That took much better. Delete that. Vector. Yeah. Crowdfunding will probably come in the form of the Patreon eventually. That's what will happen. It all depends on how well the first episode goes, I guess you could say. Well, I work full time doing this stuff, so every day, 8 hours at least. Personal projects, I try to work at least an hour a day. That's what this stream is all about, really. That's basically all I've had time lately. But I want to improve on those hours myself, to be honest. So yeah, I think we made decent progress this morning, especially after not animating an animal for ages. So we're getting there. Contact. Oh shit. Yeah. Sorry, not yet. I definitely want to. I'll touch on that today. Yeah, I've just been so busy. I haven't had a chance to check it out. But yeah, I'll definitely check that out today. So the way that this will work is that, for those who are wondering what's going on here, with the body. Yeah, for sure. Let's just add the motion in there now. It's really weird that like I'm actually animating the leg. Oh shit! It's actually. Oh, nice. I just realized that the legs are actually moving pretty nicely there at the start. But you can see the difference now, just with the motion, how it sticks to the ground. Let's just add a little bit of linearity to the end there. Oh, it's actually perfect. Actually, perfect to what I need. Yeah, I know, right? But at least it's working out. And I might have him slide in a little bit further, and that will be it for today. I'm going to try and animate more of this tonight if I can. It's funny that I did the backlinks first and you can't even see them, but they'll be useful in the future. A good day to learn. Yeah, for sure. That's it. Yeah, that's right. All right, guys, I got to wrap it up there. Thank you for watching. It's been fun. A lot of trial and error today, but it's all relative. To answer your question before I wrap up, all relative. I got to wrap up. I got to talk to you later, and thank you for watching. Thanks for the